Welcome to the Built for Playmakers YouTube channel. I'm your host, Kelvin Hunt, editor of ChopChat.com. Hope you guys are doing well. If this is your first time checking the channel out and you're an FSU fan, you came to the right place. Appreciate you giving me a chance. If you've been rocking with us for a while, welcome back to the channel. Won't waste any more of your time. We're going to get right into it. In this video, we're going to talk about Jayden Daniels, LSU quarterback, matching up against FSU's defense in 2023. First of all, I want to give you some context going back to last year's game. You know, a lot of their success was pretty much him running for his life on broken plays and things like that. But it was mostly him taking advantage of some inexperience on FSU's defensive line. In hindsight, when you look at it, FSU had a lot of questions going into that game. Jared Verse, you know, it was his first Power 5 big time game. I mean, he had played against Syracuse when he, was at Albany, but that was really his first foray into big time football. You had Patrick Payton, who was a redshirt freshman, very little experience. Then you had Derek McClendon, solid player, nothing special. He had a little experience also. Then when you look at the defensive tackles, you had Fabian Lovett, who was a proven commodity, and then you had Robert Cooper. Those two guys together were a solid tandem for sure. Beyond that, you had Malcolm Ray and Jared Jackson. And beyond that, you had young guys, Daniel Lyons and Joshua Farmer. And those two, the latter two guys, wound up having to play quite a bit because of injuries and whatnot. And so really the FSU really, gave LSU's offensive line a hard time last year with a lot of question marks going into that game. That won't be the case Sunday night. Jared Verse is a preseason All-American. Patrick Payton is a ACC freshman defensive player of the year. You have Gilbert Edmonds from South Carolina, who played over 600 snaps for those guys last year. And I keep saying, I think he played a lot of those snaps. He was probably gassed. I mean, that's way too many snaps for a defensive end. So I'm bullish on him being better than what people think based on just being fresh, more fresh than he was last year. Then you have Byron Turner, who may be the fourth guy at defensive end. So knowing that you have way more experience and way more depth when you look at the defensive tackle experience tandems also. Braden Fisk, he's a penetrator. You have Dennis Briggs, who looks to be, rounding into form. He can penetrate. Obviously, love it. And Joshua Farmer, you got another year under his belt, so you're not going to have to drop off whenever you rotate guys out. Robert Cooper is more of a clog of the middle type of guy there. Not so much penetration. You'll see that in the videos we'll show shortly. But one of the biggest things you need to do is you need to collapse the pocket up the middle, and then you need to keep your contain lanes on the edge. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen here. If you just bear with me, and let me share my screen here, and we'll see what we can do. All right. So this is the first play of the game here, and I'll just hit play and just watch this. Watch this. What do you see right away? Nothing but green. That's Jared Verse, first play of the game, you see Jared Verse there on the left-hand side, wanting to show everybody, hey, I'm here, I'm for real, right? Drive the guy into, nothing but green. Doesn't keep contained. Here we go. All right. So we're going to go to another tab here. Watch this. That's Derek McClendon on the bottom, losing contain. He had a terrible game. Look at it one more time. Right here. Look, he's running himself out of the play, getting mauled. That's first down, 8 yards. Okay. Then we're going to go to this one right here. Look, what do you see? Nothing but green. Nothing but green. And again, This is Derek McClendon getting mauled. Look at it again. Look at that. He's running himself around out of the play. Okay, so we're gonna look at some success that FSU had. All right, we're gonna show that again. Here we go. So you're gonna have Verse here coming off the edge. You got Jamie Robinson coming off the edge over here. You have Kalen DeLoach right here spying. Watch this. As soon as he sees Jayden Daniels try to leave the pocket, he triggers. Boom. Heck of a play. So there. Keep contained, get pressure, have somebody spy Jayden Daniels. That's one way you can handle it. Then we're gonna look at this play. Boom. And this looks like a different variation. So here we go. Let's do it step by step. So here we have Leonard Warner whipping his guy here. We got Renardo Green kind of on a it's a blitz, but it's not really, I don't know, it doesn't really come hard. But that's going to prevent him from getting into this lane right here. Then you have Tatum Bethune here who's kind of spying. Watch, he's going to run right in, boom. Run right into him. Let's watch it again. Watch Leonard Warner. Whips this guy. Whoop. There's no lane. Got to go for it. Boom. All right. So then I think this right here is my favorite one, though. This is my favorite. Let's go here. And this is what I think we're going to see more of on Sunday night. You're going to see guys winning at the line of scrimmage. Watch. Okay. Watch Fabian Lovett right here. Fabian Lovett here. He's going to whip this guard. And then the center's going to try to chip him, get off me. Then you got Jared Verse is going to just destroy this tackle right here. That's two of your best players doing work. Two of your best players doing work right there. Now, if Verse doesn't get him here, it depends on what type of moves he uses. He goes inside with an inside move and beats him like badly. So Jayden Daniels doesn't really have time to react to it. Now, had he gotten stonewalled or whatnot, that's possible that a lane would open up. He could have escaped out here, but I mean, he just beat him so bad. Watch this. Watch it right here. Whoop. I mean, he didn't even. It's like 0.8 seconds. So looking at it that way, you're going to have a more experienced Jared Verse who should do a better job of recognizing that he needs to set the edge and have contain. Hopefully you won't have Gilbert Edmonds or Patrick Payton running themselves, running around the quarterback, opening up lanes on each side. If they just kind of keep him in the pocket, and I think Lovett, a combination of Lovett, Fisk, Briggs, Farmer, those guys, I think they'll get more penetration than someone like Robert Cooper would have. And so one of the worst things a quarterback wants, the worst thing you can do is collapse the pocket and make it so they can't step up in the pocket, right? And if you have contained, then either he's got to stay there and eventually get crushed, or make a quick decision, which usually results in a bad throw, an inaccurate throw, and hopefully a turnover or two. So I think a lot of people probably forgot that FSU's defensive line really was not proven, so to speak, across the board. We knew there was a lot of potential with Jared Verse, Patrick Payton, but you just didn't know how it was going to turn out. And even still, with those undisciplined plays from Derek McClendon and a couple from Verse, they still got immense pressure on Daniels. I think they wound up having 4 sacks in the game and multiple QB hurries. And, aside from that big run, the first play of the game, and then there was a couple of big runs on that last 99-yard drive where it was really just guys were in position, they just missed tackles. Daniels rushed for, I think, was 116 yards. I mean, so basically the bulk of his production came on like 3 or 4 plays. So keep that in mind whenever you're going into the game on Sunday. Just know that FSU's defensive line has way more depth, more proven players, more experience. And I know LSU's offensive line gotten better, but I think FSU's D-line has improved more and have some more tools at their disposal than what LSU's offensive line can do. And again, LSU couldn't run the ball from a traditional sense for their running backs last year. I think the running backs had a high of 23 rushing yards. So everything came from Daniels for the most part. So if you can kind of contain him, keep him in the pocket, I like FSU's defense. I like their chances of limiting them from doing too much damage. So look, guys, you really showed up for me on the Destin Hill video. I was at like 80 subscribers, I think it was. Now I'm at like 141. Look, go ahead and get your boy at 150, 175. I wouldn't be mad at 200. We'll be doing content like this as we go through the season. We'll be doing big picture stuff, recruiting, you name it. If you haven't liked the video, make sure you give us a like. That's how we get that out there to all of the other FSU fans. Send a link to a friend, man. There's a lot of great channels out here. I'm just adding my perspective, and I appreciate the support you guys are giving. Look, until next time, go Noles.